So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nations SH Figuarts Avengers Infinity War Iron Spider Spider-Man. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a basic style box when it comes to the SH Figuarts MCU line. So we do get the window right there on the front of the box, and on the window in gold does say Iron Spider. Then we do get a Spider-Man symbol of Spider-Man's face. On the top says SH Figuarts. On the bottom here says Marvel Avengers Infinity War. Then we do get an image of Spider-Man in his Iron Spider suit. Also says Marvel, Tamashii Nations, and Bandai. And then here is the bottom of the box with the blah 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 stuff nobody cares about. Then we do get a little image of the Iron Spider Spider-Man. And then here is the top of the box, not much going on there. And then here is the one side of the box with another image of Spider-Man. And then here is the other side of the box. And then the back of it does show a few poses you can get the figure into, along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at this Iron Spider suit that isn't shiny like how it is in the movie. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and Tamashii Nations did a pretty good job with the figure. I do have one major complaint and a few other issues with this Spider-Man, which we'll go over throughout the review. The first main one right off the bat is he's not shiny or metallic. The gold has a little shine to it. It should look more metallic, and the red and blue should look more metallic or shiny. That's my biggest issue with this figure. I know it's a lot of people's biggest issue with this figure as well. It's not supposed to look dull like that. If you saw the movie, you know his suit looks like how Iron Man's does, and Iron Man did make him this suit, so I don't know why they didn't add on the paint that they add on their SH Figuarts Iron Man figures on the Spider-Man. So to me, that's the biggest disappointing thing about the figure. But other than that, the paint turned out really clean and really good wherever there is paint, like mainly on the gold and stuff. And the sculpt of it turned out really good too. All like the webbing is sculpted on there, and he has a really cool texture to his suit as well. The eyes are the same ones as the other figure. I believe the head is as well, and the neck, and it looks good. The sculpt turned out really nice on it. I don't believe there's any paint on the red there, and the webbing I think turned out really cool too. The torso, we do get some nice, very nice paintwork, nice clean paintwork all throughout the gold, and I love the way the gold looks on this figure. This is probably a suit I really do like of Spider-Man. The black suit is my favorite though, so hopefully we see that in the MCU soon. But the spider symbol looks great on there, and I like these like black lines too on the side of the torso and around the thighs as well. I think that looks pretty cool. And just nice clean paint where the gold meets the blue and the red there. I don't know if the blue's painted on. I believe it is. Or maybe the red is in certain spots. But there's pretty clean paintwork. The only paint issue I see is right here on his shoulder where there's some blue on the red. But other than that, the paint throughout the entire figure is nice and clean, and just nice sculpt on the torso. Same with on the back. The spider symbol looks dope as well. So very cool looking. The arms turned out really good. Nice sculpt and paint all throughout it. The elbow joints blend in very well on the figure. And I do like around the wrist right there, his web shooters. Those look cool. And then the this piece right here, just like with the Homecoming Spider-Man, is a separate piece. And we do get some nice sculpt and paint detail all throughout it. As you can see, the texture of the suit looks really cool on the blue right there. Like I said, I do dig these lines. They are sculpted and painted on there, and they look really nice all throughout the thigh and everything, and on the back. Actually looks really cool on the back there. His knee joints look good. We get those black lines on them as well. And then the lower legs, the gold turned out very nice on there. And the webbing looks pretty cool too. There, another paint issue right there. I have some blue paint on the red, which kind of sucks. And then the feet, not too much going on. Nice sculpt on it, and clean paintwork on the heels right there. And then the bottom of them, nothing really going on at all. But overall, I think they did an alright job on it. It's just his suit should have been shiny, man, or metallic. I don't know why they did this. It's like they're cheaping out and they're cutting corners, and you could see it in their figures, and it's just a damn shame. Another issue I have is the left shoulder joint keeps popping off on mine when I articulate it sometimes, and that does get a bit irritating. I don't know if other people have that issue or if I just have that issue, but I mean, the detail does look nice on it, and the paint's nice and clean. But like I said, I would have really loved if they made his suit actually look like how it did in the movie with that metallic type look. But anyway, let's continue on. And here's a quick side-by-side comparison of the SH Figuarts Homecoming Spider-Man and the SH Figuarts Iron Spider Spider-Man. And the main difference, of course, is the suit design, and the colors is another big difference. As you can see, we get more darker colors with the Iron Spider, why this one has more brighter, vibrant colors, and then his eyes are more silver, why his are just straight up white. And as you can see, the sculpt difference as well between the two figures, and there's the back right there, as you can see the difference in both the suit designs. But both are cool figures, each have their own pros and cons, but there's a quick side-by-side comparison. Let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get some pretty cool stuff included with this Iron Spider. So the first thing here we do get is the Iron Spider legs. This is definitely my favorite accessory, and I feel like one of the best things about the figure here, and it's easy to swap it out, which I'll show you shortly. But the legs look pretty cool. They're all on hinges and 4 different spots on each leg, so you do get some cool articulation with that, and it does have some nice sculpt work to it as well. And the gold, I feel like, is shiny enough, but it could have used that more metallic type look. And they really don't swivel too much where it connects to the back there. I feel like they should have put them on ball pegs, because these are the bottom legs right here, and my issue is these really don't swivel at all, and that's pretty disappointing. The top ones, you get a decent amount of swivel out of it, but the bottom ones really don't swivel too much, and I feel like if they were on ball pegs, you would have got much better articulation with them. But I do like how they have 4 different hinges all throughout each leg. And the way you get this on Spider-Man, on his back, you see you could get your fingernail right under there. What I do is I take a tiny little screwdriver and I just pop it right out, and you see the peg hole right there. You line up the legs on the back there, and then you just peg those in like so, as simple as that. Then you have the dope Iron Spider legs on your Spider-Man, and this is definitely how I'm going to have my figure displayed. And the way to get this off, you could either gently wiggle it back and forth from the legs, or you could do the same thing like how you took this piece off. So we do get the Iron Spider legs, and then we also get 3 pairs of interchangeable eyes, just like with the Homecoming Spider-Man, and we do just get the one masked head here. And another thing Tamashii Nations dropped the ball on is giving us an unmasked Peter Parker head. I don't know why they didn't include it once again, so that is pretty damn disappointing. I feel like now these days, especially with import companies, if you're going to give us a figure, the minimum amount of alternate heads we should get is 2. Nothing less than that, you know what I mean? So that is pretty disappointing. We just get the masked head here, and the eyes that come on this one are the ones that are opened the widest, and the paint's nice and clean on them, as you can see there. And then the other eyes we get the medium opened eyes on the top, and then we do get the like squinting eyes on the bottom. And the way you swap them out, same thing as the Homecoming Spider-Man. You pop his head right off. All it does is just slide off that ginormous peg right there, as you can see. And then there is the pegs on the end of the eyes. You just got to kind of push with this little tool here that we got with the Homecoming Spider-Man. You just push, the eye pops out a little bit, and then just stick your fingernails under there, and it comes right off. And when you want to get a new eye on, you got to line up the eye properly. As you can see right there, it is shaped a specific way, the peg, and you just pop that in like so, and it's as simple as that to swap them out. So we do get that, and we do get this extension peg here, which is meant to go, let me take this off again, to peg in the back right there, and then you could peg a Tamashii Nation stand into this here. But you could also peg the Tamashii Nation stand into that as well. This is just a bit of an extension, so we do get that. And then we also get 3 different types of webs. So we do get 2 whipping webs, a shorter one and a longer one. Then we do get a web swinging web, which I did break a tiny piece off on mine. Just a tiny little piece, maybe like a ½ inch of it. But I like these ones a little bit better because it does have like a white frosted type paint on it. So we do get the web slinging one here, and then we do get the web slinging ones here, which I do like better than the web slinging one. And the way you get these on, you got to pop his hands off, just like with the Homecoming Spider-Man. Then you pop these on, and then you pop the hand on over that. And here is a quick look at the Homecoming Spider-Man, which is more of a translucent plastic, and then the Iron Spider has more of like a white frosting on it, like a white paint that they added on there. And I do like the way it looks a little bit better on that one. So we do get the larger thwipping one, then we do get the shorter thwipping one, which is pretty much the same thing as the larger one. So we do get those 3 webs, and then we finally get 10 alternate hands, and we don't get as many as the Homecoming Spider-Man, but we still do get a decent amount. So we do get a pair of fists here, and none of them have paintwork on them, just some sculpt work. And it's the same hands that we got with the Homecoming Spider-Man, as you can see there. And his hands are really easy to swap out. The only issue is you don't hear it like pop onto the ball peg, some of the hands. Like the fists do, but some of the other hands don't pop on. So when you're articulating them, sometimes they do pop off. So that is a little minor issue right there with this Spider-Man with swapping the hands out. So we do get a pair of fists. Then we do get a pair of web gripping hands for when he's slinging around on the web right there. A nice sculpt all throughout those. All of them have some nice sculpt work on them. Then we do get like the Totally Dude hands. I don't know why they gave us these. I don't even think he did this in the movie. They should have gave us resting open hands instead of these hands right here. So we do get a pair of those. And then we do get a pair of whipping hands here, which are probably my favorite out of all of them. So we do get those. And then finally we get some wall crawling hands or open palm type hands. So that is all the awesome accessories included with this Spider-Man. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Peter Parker's Iron Spider Spidey suit to the very top of his head. It looks like he's around 5.5 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Infinity War Captain America, the Homecoming Spider-Man, the Infinity War Doctor Strange, and the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Star-Lord with Baby Groot on his shoulders. And then here he is compared to the Marvel Legends Cable, the Figma Deadpool, the SH Figuarts Civil War Black Panther, and the Thor Ragnarok Gladiator Hulk. And then here he is compared to the Mafex Justice League Superman, the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Carnage, the SH Figuarts Sage Mode Naruto, and the Mezco 112 Old Man Logan. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and we do get the same exact movement with this Iron Spider that we get with the Homecoming Spider-Man. So we do get two joints at the neck here, the upper neck joint. You could get Spidey to look up a decent amount, and then going down he just pretty much looks straight ahead with that joint. Then I can't get mine to really pivot. It's very minimal. I don't know if the joint's just stuck on mine, but you don't get too much pivot out of the upper neck there. Then we do get swivel, the lower neck joint. Very good forward and back movement. So with both joints he does pretty much look all the way down, and he does pretty much look all the way up. Then we do get nice pivot at the lower neck, and then of course it does swivel. So combining both joints you do get some nice neck and head articulation. Now for the torso here, we do get a point of articulation around the abdomen there, and Spider-Man crunches forward a pretty good amount with that joint actually, and then he does go back decently as well, and they do continue the sculpt as you can see on both sides, so I do appreciate that. Then the pivot, the joint is really tight on mine when I try to pivot and swivel it. I don't know if other people have that issue, but it does kind of suck there. But he does have pivot at the torso, and then it does swivel. As you could hear how tight that joint is there, which isn't really good when a joint is way too tight. Then we do get the waist movement here, and it does go forward and back just a tiny bit. So with both joints, Spider-Man crunches forward a pretty good amount, and both joints going back, he doesn't really go back too much further, combining both joints there. And then we do get just a tiny bit of pivot, and then it does swivel. Now for the arms here, we do have a, see what I mean, how that joint pops off on me a lot. It gets really irritating, so I'll just use it with this arm. But we do have a very nice butterfly joint, so you can crisscross his arms. That is definitely a huge plus right there. Then we do get a nice circular motion out of the shoulder right there, which is also a huge plus. And then the arms do go out to the sides a little more than 90 degrees. My left shoulder joint, I don't know, it seems weird, like the ball hinge compared to my right one. I don't know what's up with it. I think that there's something off about it, you know? You could like tell when a joint is off. I don't know, there's just something weird about it. But it does go out to the side a little more than 90 degrees. It does go up and down. No bicep swivel. It is built into the shoulder, which I do hate very much. Then we do have double jointed elbows that bend in pretty much all the way. Then the joint does swivel a tiny bit where it connects into the bicep, and it actually fully swivels in a full 360 where it connects into the forearm. Then we do have a ball hinge on the wrist, so it does swivel and hinges back and forth. Now for the legs here, we do get some excellent articulation. Spider-Man can kick all the way forward. It does go out a little bit because the waist does get in the way at the upper thigh right there, as you can see, but kicking forward without doing that, he does kick forward a lot more than 90 degrees, but you can get his legs all the way up there, as you can see. Then they do go pretty much all the way back as far as they can, and then of course Spider-Man can pretty much Jean-Claude Van Damme it. I would think he could Jean-Claude Van Damme it, but I can't get his legs to go out any further than that. Then we do get the upper thigh swivel. We do have double jointed knees that bend back all the way, which is definitely good. Then we do get excellent ankle movement with this Spidey. So we get the swivel, hinges up a really good amount. Same with down, pretty much hinges all the way down. Then we get a beautiful ankle pivot, pretty much a 90-degree bend right there. Then we do get a nice toe hinge. So overall, the articulation is definitely the highlight, I feel like, to this figure, and you're going to pretty much be able to get him into any Iron Spider-Man type poses. I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Infinity War Iron Spider-Man. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it a 7.5. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks, so you could head over to their website at agelessgeeks.com, or I would recommend going through their Instagram or their Facebook group. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. Daredevil 19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nations. So we do get a basic style box when it comes to the SH Figuarts MC Lou. Damn it! So we do get the one right there in the front of the box, and on the window in gold does say Iron Spider. Damn! On the window in gold does say Iron Spider, then we do get the Spider-Man symbol of Iron. What? Damn. On the top says SH Figuarts, on the bottom says Marvels. Damn it! Marvel. And we don't get as many as the Homecoming Spider-Man, but we what? Damn. That we get with the Homecoming Spider-Man. So we do get choo-choo. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why. Then we do get a waist joint here that does go forward and back just a tiny bit. So that's definitely good. Then we do get nice swivel there. Then we do get a bit, or a nice pivot. Damn it. Damn it! I caught myself a little too late. You bastard. And we do get some nice swivel at the lower neck. Nice. It did it again! Damn you! You bugger!